So today's video is on Wolfgang Langewiesche, really weird German name. And he wrote this really well-known book, Stick and Rudder, and that's just mostly what he's known for. So he's a flying author, lived from 1907 to 2002, long life. He's most well known for the book Stick and Rudder, an explanation of the art of flying. He also wrote for Airfax, an aviation magazine in the 60s and 70s. Another small fact is that he started flying in 1934, soloed, and went on to fly as a test pilot for many other companies. Talk about that a little bit more at the end. But his most well-known achievement is writing this book, Stick and Rudder. And many will refer to it as the Aviator's Bible. It's a fantastic read. I recommend reading it. It's published in 1944, so it's pretty old, and it's described as the first exact analysis of flying ever attempted. So more on this book. It contains a lot of really good graphics, which is in my opinion, one of the best things, because it allows you to visualize a lot of things that the aircraft are doing in flight that you normally wouldn't really think of. So here's a picture of slow flight, and it shows the airflow over the wing and the elevator. It's really interesting too, because it uses a lot of archaic language in terms of the 40s, and refers to the elevators flippers. But it's really impressive when you read the book how much it actually holds up to modern day flying. The only real difference is a lot of the flying in this is about tailwheel flying. So some more of the graphics that are in this book. Here it is talking about throttle being used for pitch, actually using your throttle for pitch instead of your stick or yoke. And it says airspeed will be the same in all three flight conditions. So it goes to show that some of the stuff we've been taught in flight training has not changed since the 40s, and it won't change. So here's a picture of normal high angle of attack flight, and then it goes on with another image of this with power off stall. And you can see the turbulent flow over the wing, and you can see with the dash arrow, you can actually see the rolling wind in terms of the aircraft. And with the full arrow, the non-dash arrow, you can actually see the flight path of the aircraft as it starts to fall from the stall. So here's a picture of downwash. He really describes a lot of things that you normally wouldn't really think of visually. With flying, you just kind of know it exists and you don't really think about it. So it really helps to read. And he talks about a lot of interesting things, like how an airplane has gaits, like a horse. He compares it to a horse, and actually says that the airplane has a trot, or it has a full sprint, and it's just in reference to the power settings for the throttle. And he goes in depth in landing the plane, goes in depth in ground effect, and really explains a lot of the stuff that we get told about that we just are expected to know and to be able to execute when we fly. So in the end, some more extra facts. Langewiesche has flown many places in small aircraft. One of the most notable is that he flew over 20,000 miles in Africa in a small Cessna 140. There's an Airfax article on that he actually wrote. It's a really interesting article. His book Stick and Rudder was mentioned in an AOPA article. So he's extremely well known and still today. Likely that a lot of people haven't heard of the book, but it's really well known among aviators. And he was a test pilot, as I mentioned on the first slide, that he's a test pilot for Cessna, Chance, Voss, and Colesman. And he also did some freelance testing, just here and there, different stuff. And another one of the more interesting facts is that he also taught ground school to World War II aviators. But he's, of course, most well known for the book Stick and Rudder. And it's really surprising to me that this book is so well known and there's not more information about Langewiesche that's really out there. So yeah, that's basically everything. Really interesting person. If you have any questions about him that I didn't answer, that you'd like answered, just please put that in the discussion and I'll try to answer that the best I can. Thanks for watching.